nice weather, is it?
Great weather.
It's almost if you are living in France. Oh wait, we do. Hi and welcome to our channel, Homestead in France. Today we want to give a little insight in our lives.
Yep.
And why we moved to France, to Homestead, and maybe some other questions.
Yeah. Most of the time we get frequently asked questions, so we'd love to answer them for you. So, what questions do we have?
The most asked question is, why did we move to France?
Why did we move abroad?
Well, yes, because we originally lived in the Netherlands, and now we're living in France since the beginning of this year.
Mm-hmm. Well, it took us 2 years to do this whole project.
Yes. Let's see, how did it start?
What are the reasons that we did this?
Yeah, I think what you say is 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
We had a house in the Netherlands.
And our own company, our
Yes.
own business.
And we have a mortgage.
Yes.
And it was at the time, I think we had 20 years spent on our mortgage.
Yep.
And yeah, we felt there should we make a decision, should we continue with the house and pay off our mortgage, or are we going to sell our house and with the extra money we're going to buy a house? Well, we thought about it a couple of months.
Yes.
And then we thought, okay, let's see, if we have sold our house and we have the extra money, where can we buy a house?
So friends of ours bought a house in Hungary, and that inspired us to look also in that country if there are houses available for a great price. And yes, the houses are really well priced. So that was an option, but in hindsight, it wasn't our country.
No, yeah, we looked for houses online and we saw, okay, it was also beautiful nature and rural, but there were some things that didn't work for us for doing our work over there, but also to travel when it's necessary back to the Netherlands, because it's a really long distance to drive.
Yeah, at least 14 hours drive, and that's when you're in the west part of Hungary.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And of course, well, you can always learn a new language, but yeah, it's not that easy to learn Hungary. So I think we decided to let it rest and see what we can do elsewhere or what we can find elsewhere.
yes, and another option was Portugal. And Portugal has in many ways the same problems that we have, and that's the distance and the language. But it's also a very beautiful country, and we would love to live there. But yeah, very new language. We have no experience, so you have to start from scratch.
Yeah.
So, what is an option? You have some kind of budget, and we were looking as close as possible to the Netherlands.
Yeah, because the issue was why we are looking for other countries is because with the extra money of the house we have sold, you cannot buy a house in the Netherlands anymore without a mortgage, unless it's a garage box. So it's just not possible anymore. Even in Belgium and Germany, the prices are way too high. So, or you need to have some extra cash, or you need a mortgage, and that was one of the things for us that we didn't want after we sold our house. We even look up to the northern countries, to Denmark and Sweden. Also beautiful countries and nature and good distance for driving, but also the language and
Very important thing.
yeah, we prefer sun.
Yes.
And also we prefer a lot of daylight because one of the things we do as a profession is photography. So we want to have light as much as possible.
Yeah, we follow a lot of YouTubers also in Sweden. Many Dutch people live in Sweden.
Hallo allemaal.
Hello. And the country is beautiful, but we hear many times it's very cold here. It's cold here, and
Yeah, it's snowy and yeah.
it looks beautiful, but it's not us. I cannot imagine having so many months wandering in snow. 2 months max is for us enough,
Yeah.
and that is what this climate
Yeah.
has here in France. Yeah. So compared to the Netherlands, this climate is a little bit warmer, but only 2 or 3 degrees.
Yeah, well, we don't know how it will be in summertime, but for now we really like it, and it's early spring and all the flowers and the bees are out, and it's really nice to see. But back to the question, why France? So we went searching online, and then we say, okay, France, it's a really nice country. It's really big compared to the Netherlands. And we searched for the areas that we really liked. A little bit of countryside, also 7-8 hours drive. So we have found a lot of houses in the last 2 years, 2.5 years. And
we went to many houses, and we have seen a lot, and we found a few times our dream house. And the problem was we made an offer to the owners of those houses, and they almost always liked our offer, but they say, how are you going to pay? Are you going to take a mortgage? Or and we make an offer with how do you say it?
yeah, we say we're going to sell our house, and within 3-4 months then we can pay the house. But yeah, we noticed that the sellers wouldn't agree with that.
No, they're not going to wait until we sold our house. And I can imagine they're right, because you never know what the market does, so they have to wait. So they rather take a lower offer from someone who can pay immediately than us waiting for our house to sell. So what we did is put our house for sale in the Netherlands, and there was interest, and we were selling the house at the at the peak, but just going lower. So not at the top peak, but
No, it was okay for us
yeah,
to.
but it was okay. So we had a plus value of our house, and we now we with that in our pocket we could go house hunting. And yeah, we visited a few houses, and well, voila, this is the house we bought, and the process of buying a house takes long. The process of selling a house takes long, and the process of buying a house, also in France, takes quite a long time. We didn't expect it because we had the money. We could say we sign and we want it, but that took months, right?
Yes, yeah, it took a long time to go through all houses and find eventually the house you really like. Um, so also we had a couple of criteria for the houses, for the house that we wanted to buy. And well, the most important one is the location. So when we search for houses online, we ask the broker if we can get a location where it is located. Sometimes they give coordinates, Google Maps coordinates, so we could go into detail and see where it is located.
But many times they don't give you the exact location.
No,
That's
and then I was a little bit of a Nancy Drew, so I searched online on the map to figure out where it was, because I definitely want to see the house first on the map before we even drive here and go view the house.
yeah. You have to drive many hours to see a house, and
Yes.
we have done it 2 times without knowing beforehand, and that doesn't work because you can see on Google Maps if you're going to like the surroundings. Many times there is a factory, or there's other houses very close near.
Busy road,
Busy
or
road, the train station, anything.
or
can-
big river or water, or you know how the house is situated, that it's not ideal. So that was a important criteria for us. So a lot of houses they didn't meet the criteria at the end, but a few that remained that we thought, okay, that could be a real good candidate. We asked for a visit. So then we drove in the surroundings, but it was a really broad area we were looking for a house. So I think it was northeast, central France.
To even Limoges and
Yeah, in
Creuse
Dijon.
area.
So it was a really large area, because for us it doesn't matter where it is, 7-8 hours drive. If it's our house and the location is okay, then then it will be perfect.
I have also a tip if you want to buy a house in France and you want to pay a visit to a house. Write your questions in the mail in your own language, but translate them to France, the French language, and send that. Send the French language, because otherwise, if you write in English, which you probably can speak, you won't get an answer. Somehow, many French are not keen on replying because they are a bit afraid that they don't know enough English to respond to you. So if you write in French, and just use an online translation service and write that, you probably get more chance to get a visit. The next thing is, of course, when you actually visit, You have to
You have to talk French, but sometimes the broker can also speak a bit of English.
Yes.
And we had it with ours. It was,
Yeah.
that was a relief a bit, but
It helps.
yeah, it helps. It helps, but it also makes you aware that you need to learn a language. But yeah, so we searched for the house, and actually on the day we went to visit this house, we had well, the broker has selected 5 properties because we noticed that that particular broker had a lot of houses that really were of our interest. So she selected a couple of them, and we have selected 5 of them to visit on that day, or
3.
3. Well, eventually were 5, but then we narrowed it down to 3.
Yeah.
So we visited the first house on that day. It was okay. It was really well. It was a bit of an older house.
Large, but very cheap.
Large, very cheap, and it could be a candidate. The location was okay. It had only one neighbor,
Yes.
so it could be a candidate. Yeah.
It had potential, but yeah, but then we visit our house where we now are, and yeah, well, yeah, you know the story. You have seen the tour, and if you don't have seen the tour, check it out. And we fell in love with it.
Yes, I didn't expect that it was this big, because you get photos online and you get a view of where it is, but not all the parts of the house were on the photos on the internet.
Yeah, and the photos were not that impressive. The photos showed a lot of clutter and a mess around the house, and you cannot see through those pictures. So it's always better to see, because when you're actually on the location, then you see through the clutter and the stuff, and you can see what you would like to do with the house.
Yeah.
And you know the story about this, and yeah.
Yeah, and then after we visit the house, the broker asked us if we wanted to see the third house. Uh, no, it just felt right, and we made another appointment a week or 2 later. Then we visited the house again, just to be sure that this was the house.
It was actually fun, because not only the owner was there, but also the whole family who was owner of the house. So
They were all born here, so it was the parents' house they took care of.
So a whole delegation of the family was here, and
they wanted to check out who's buying the house, right? So, but it was really nice, a really nice vibe, and we still have a good contact with the owners, the previous owners, and they tell us a lot of details and things of the house. Yeah, so that's.
That's a bit how that went.
Yes.
Another question. Let's see. Do you have another question? What people are asking?
Yeah. Well, how are we going to generate income here?
Yes, that's of course a question that many people ask, and the most obvious one that people think we are going to do is start a bed and breakfast, or in France you say a gîte, and no, we're not going to do that. Yeah, we're going to do that if we are really very poor and we don't have any option to do anything. No.
There is a separate gîte area where we could do it, but
Guest house.
a guest house. But no, it's for friends and family, and maybe we use it for work.
Yeah.
But that's not the intention. So, little background story. We have our own company in the Netherlands. I think for around 20 years now.
Yep.
2003, and it's evolved to a digital media company. So we create websites, we do photography, we do business company movies.
Yeah, videography and broad.
Yeah, also we do
also shows and
shows, theaters. We filmed, and way ago we also filmed weddings and do photography of weddings
and communions and kind of that.
Yeah, and
And we're also musicians. We play in a band we created ourselves.
yeah, we also we played before in bands, different bands. So it's also part of our income. So we wanted to continue it here. So the first year or 2 years from now on, I think we combine it. So we do things in the Netherlands once a while, and then we come back here for doing our business here.
Here we are going to create also a network of people, and of course we help our clients that we already have in the Netherlands. And most of the time you can do this remote, and otherwise we make an appointment and plan all those appointments together in one visit to the Netherlands.
Yes.
And
that's why we were very happy that they announced in the village that they are going to put in the fiber.
Oh yeah,
because internet is really important for us, and was also one of the criterias. So that's why we have our Starlink laying in the garden to have internet for now. And
for digital media is proper internet is
working remote and everything. So it only gets better when there's fiber. So I think since this week, what day is it now?
It's Thursday.
Thursday. So on Monday we went to France I think half an hour from here.
Yes.
And we met them last year when we were searching for houses, and we stayed at their bed and breakfast. And we now notice that they live just 30 minutes from here. Yes. And they have also their own enterprise, so their own company, and they helped us with all the steps and things to create an enterprise here.
Yes.
So now we have both our enterprise, so both our companies, but we still have our own brand, own company. But it's better to have it separate.
Yeah, we keep the same branding. Maybe we change that over time, but for now we took the first steps, and we have the first numbers that we need to start doing business. So from April 1st, and that's not a joke, we are going to do the invoicing from here. So everything looks good. So
and well, next to that, it's related to that. It's learning the French language.
Of course.
Because we can do business with Dutch people living here, and English, and even German. But eventually we also want to do business with the French people. So that's next on our list, and also mostly a question, do you speak French already?
That's also asked frequently.
Yeah.
And the answer is un petit peu.
Un petit peu, j'étudie français tous les jours.
A little. Yeah, that's true. So we have to learn. We already are doing using an app, Duolingo, for learning the French language, but it's just a little basic for learning. Although I've learned a lot of words.
Yeah, and also we had French on school when we were little, petit. So yeah, that's, you have to just refresh it and from there the basics you have. But
But to get better in that, we have to do immersion in the language. So luckily, many people don't even speak English here. So the previous owner, who is coming every now and then here, he just speaks French. So we have to learn it on the go, and in the shops nobody speaks English, and that's only good, because if you're a foreigner and you want to learn the Dutch language in the Netherlands, every Dutch guy or girl will switch to English. So you can never learn Dutch if you want to stay in the Netherlands. So here in France, you're a bit forced, and that's only good. We love it, and we learn every day. And
yes, but it's yeah, I hope to have made some progress within a year, at least to get the conversation going, because for me it's easier to understand the language. It's good to know what someone is saying, but to respond with, well, with just fluent words, it's a bit difficult. But yeah, even now we have an English channel, but yeah, okay. So we try to emerge as much as possible in the French language. I have French radio on in the car, and we have we watch some French YouTube channels. So we try to
hear it a lot.
hear it a lot. Yes.
And I'm planning, when we are a bit done with renovations and decorations here, that I pick up my retro computer hobby and find people around who also is into that, and perhaps we can meet up somehow, and then you do a lot of conversations, and
Yes.
I think it's promising. It will be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, what questions do we have?
Let's see. How are the cats getting used to the new environment? Yes.
How are the cats getting
How are the cats doing to the new environment? Well, well, you saw some previous videos. We went a couple of times back and forth to the Netherlands and here, because we still had the renting house there. Well, they got used to driving in the car. It was a little scared in the beginning, but then they, when we were half an hour driving, then it was all good for them. They dozed. How do you say that? Snoozed. Snoozed. And it was very surprisingly that they just kept sleeping the whole drive here.
Yeah.
7-8 hours.
7-8 hours. They don't have to go to the toilet or anything.
No, we were just prepared with everything in the car and see if they need to go. And but
amazing.
yeah, they just had some food. They wanted to have some brokjes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Some food. Yeah.
Some food. But yeah, and then when we went here, well, first we still have basically an empty house, because we're still waiting for, no, we're not waiting, but the moving company will come next week. Yes. So that's why we're sitting on this chair, because we only have 2 chairs.
Yeah, those chairs.
And this table.
This was
that
we
was
found.
that was here, so we found it. So,
Yeah.
but so for them, they have their blankets, and they can sleep. But yeah, it's still an empty house. So, but they have found their spots to lay and to sleep, and we eventually let them outside, because they are Sphinx cats. They don't go outside normally, because yeah, they are indoor cats. So
But they love to be outside. So when
yeah.
we go outside, we take them with us, and on a leash, and they have a parameter where they can walk and sit,
Yeah.
and they love it to be in the sun. So
If the sun is shining, then they can lay down outside all day and just sunbathing. So yeah, I think they got used to it very quickly, and
yeah, and when everything is here from the moving company,
yeah.
then they have their own stuff also, because they have a large tower where they can climb into. So in a few days they are completely happy.
Yeah, but for now it's yeah, they do fine. So
Yeah. Okay. Another question.
how are the renovations and interior decorations going? Are they expected what we are planning to expect from it?
Yes, this is also asked frequently. Is anything progressing like we expected? Um, yes and no. We've done a lot, and there is a lot of things to do, and that's quite logical, because aside from the things that you want to do, like painting and filling holes and doing that kinds of stuff, there are also things that are yeah, you find on your way. The house is from 1812, and the newer parts of the house are fine, and there's not so not at all problems. But the old part of the house is very old and needs some attention, and that means for us a lot of planning, checking, and of course postpone a few projects that we had, like a library or a home cinema. We have to fix a few things before you can start with that. But we are living here, and we are enjoying it very much. And we're doing a lot of renovations and decorating, and we are also very happy if we have our stuff.
Yeah, because when we moved in here, we didn't have much of our tools and gear to do work here. So so we had to buy things. So, and we have to check out where are all the bricomarchés and the
Bric-a-bracer or bric-a-dépôt, that's
the
the handy shops, or
hoe heet dat?
yeah, what's it called in English?
Bouwmarkt.
And where you get all your tools and materials. And yeah, we found them. There's also a question of people: how far are things in the countryside? And
Yeah, because yeah, we wanted to live a bit rural, so in the countryside. But actually, it's quite doable. I think it's within 20 or 30 minutes. We are in the reach of a big city. There's not really a big city here, but a big village that has a lot of stores that are great to get all the stuff you need. So yeah, you have to drive 20 minutes, but most of the time we just make a list of everything we wanted to have from those stores, and once in 3 or 4 days we are making a drive.
Yeah, there's a range of 10 minutes drive. That's a small village that has a basic supermarket. It has a
Bonjour, so you get your fresh bread and
yeah, kind of that stuff. Our bank is there. There is the post office shop. Garage, flower shop. That's a 10 minutes drive. And 20 minutes drive, there's a little town, and the town has already the famous brands and where you always want to go for the cheap stuff and kinds of that. And 30 minutes drive, that is the bigger cities, and yeah, there are many shops. There is everything. So, yeah, it's very doable for us. Yeah.
So, but if it's going according to plan, well, we have a bit of a plan for the house, but the things that we want to update or do are, well, the kitchen and the bathroom, and everything needs a fresh paint because it was beautiful wallpaper. But it had to go. That are things that are ongoing. We want to prioritize those, and to also to refreshen the guest house for summer when friends or family are coming over. And next to that, the old house that needs to be renovated on the go. So that's something we want to take our time for, because it's also some structural things that we need to study and see if we can do it ourselves, or that we can find in the neighborhood that can help us. And then are the longer things, because one of our goals is to become a bit more self-sufficient. So to have solar panels, we have our own water well here, but also to raise some chickens. We have the vegetable garden. So there's a lot of things that we are planning in one day.
Things like the vegetable garden and the chickens. Those are projects that come in between. So sometimes you do this. Well, I've stopped now renovating. I'm now going into the garden.
Yeah, you have. Sometimes you need a break, and when the sun is really nice like this, you just go. Yeah, we go outside. We take a coffee. We sit and we watch nature and everything that's happening in the garden. And then I do prepare the vegetable garden a bit. And so it goes like it goes. But
but also our projects and our work. We also, like we said, we are musicians, and now we are also practicing for a gig that's coming in between. Not our regular band, but a band in between, and so we have to practice 20, 30 songs in the evening, and we'll do that.
So that's also we need to combine our work, because we had. We went to the Netherlands to do some projects, so we come back here, then we finish those projects, because it's mainly on the computer. Editing, yeah. So that's also things that are in between all the renovations. So, and we need to check our energy levels, so sometimes you don't want to renovate a thing, so you just do something else. So, because it doesn't have really a deadline.
No.
We said, okay, some things we need to be done before the moving company comes. I think we have prepared enough for them to drop our stuff.
I think so too,
Yeah, and yeah, and from there on we just going to decorate the house again with our own stuff. I really look forward to that, to make it a bit cozy again, not to have a big echo in every room.
Like now.
Yeah, so I see the sun is going there and I'm out of the sun, but okay.
You're the sun.
I'm still
Okay, so maybe one question is what are our future plans here?
Our future plans, well.
So when we're done,
Well, I don't think we're really done down here, but I think just enjoying our being here, and
enjoying life, because the life is too short, and
that's true, and just don't have worrying anymore to pay mortgage. So, but that's also one thing, because we have our own company that you can earn some money, and also have time to enjoy or do activities or visit friends, or so that combination we really like, and
because we also have left our friends in the Netherlands, but I have a few. We have a few commitments to each other, and that is that we make an appointment every now and then, every month or every 2 months, and we promise to each other that we do this online, and if we are in the Netherlands we visit them. So it's very important to visit friends and family when you get the chance. This is for us the most important thing, the relations that you have, and relations that you create also here. We have a very good relation now with the old owner, the previous owner, and we can call them friends now. And also the people where we went for starting our company, where we went last year for those. Also, it's evolving to a friendship, and we love it. It's so great to meet new people and to maintain your relation with your your existing.
And well, what future will bring? Well, you make your own future also, but we will see. Yeah, and since the sun is now setting, I think we conclude this video with.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Well, and if you have any other questions for us, just leave a comment. We are happy to hear from you, and we will gather them for maybe our next Q&A.
Give a thumbs up because that helps with the engine, search engine. It's very important.
No, yeah, but it's okay. No, if you really like this video or our channel, give us a thumbs up, right? Yeah.
And if you're and subscribe to the channel if you like this, or if you get somehow inspired, because to do this you need courage, but and we just took the plunge to do this.
Yeah, but it's nice that we that's why also we started the YouTube channel, to keep in touch with friends and family. But it's also nice to see all new viewers from around the world who like our videos and the way of living here.
And also people who do the same, but in another country or.
Yeah, so it's really nice to to see all you viewers on our channel. So yeah, I think this is it.
Okay, see you later.
Yes, see you later in our next video, and for now, bonne journée.